Hey, Shalom. Double honors, the apostles of GMS. Honest, you brothers will be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the whole earth, man. Alright? This is going to be a quick video, and it's going to be real quick, man. Alright? You know, you got it right now, man. Excuse me. All things are happening. All kind of things are happening in this world right now, man. You know, prophecies are getting ready to be fulfilled right here, man. Alright? And a statement that you have above, man. All right, calls to mind the scripture where it says, and I'm gonna do it raw, so you go out there and search the scriptures if you want to get it out there. But I believe it's in the book of Second Ezra. In fact, I know it's in the book of Second Ezra, it's the 15th chapter. I believe it's around about the 32nd verse where it talks about, the Assyrians, referring to the Americans, go up against the Carmanians, and when you check out who the Carmanians are, it's the Iranians, man. All right, and ultimately that's gonna lead to World War III, man. All right, it's going to lead to World War III. And one of the videos that I did in the past through the spirit, man, was on the nuclear arms race that you have out there in the Middle East. That in itself is a catalyst towards World War III, because all of these different countries that you got out there in the Middle East are fighting, right? All right, they are battling against each other to obtain nuclear capabilities. Really, they're doing it in response because well, you go out there in Israel, they've got some nukes out there in Israel, right? Because Israel is like the brothers have taught me, right, and came to understand that Israel, right, the country Israel, not the people Israel, but the country is them Israelis, so you can understand them, God, right, so you can understand them of the synagogue of Satan, right, so you can get a feel of the devils that I'm talking about, right, of which you probably got one of them devils out there on the screen right there, all right. They're the ones that have been set up by the Americans. Another type of Edomite devil right there. All right. I mean, set up by America to be a military presence within the Middle East. Because when you go back to the World War III algorithm that Albert Pike put together, he wanted turmoil to spread out through the Middle East, man, and that was going to spiral to where all the countries in the world was going to come out of. Gonna go into World War III, man. But out of that World War III, what they want out is a new world order, and they're gonna get it, all right. But they're just not gonna get their new world order. They're gonna get the new world order of the Most High. So you've been working for the Most High all along, man. All right. You've been working for the Most High all along, and that the Most High has been using you to create chaos, all right. And the Most High, through the chaos that you created, is gonna set forth a righteous kingdom, right? Starting forth with Yahweh Shai, excuse me, let me cancel that off. All right, starting first and foremost with Yahweh Shai, all right, King David, all right, the tribe of Judah, and all the rest of the brothers on down, man. And the scripture says the least, right, the least of the flock, right, is not rather more the least grain. It's in the book of Amos, the 9th chapter and the 9th verse. For lo, I'll command, I'll sift the house of Israel amongst nations as is sifted in the sieve. And it says something to the effect of not even the least grain is going to fall upon the sand. And when you go to the other scriptures, it says King David, right? Rathermore, the least within Israel, because you got rank, all right, but the least in Israel is going to be mightier than King David, man, right? In wealth, in strength, all right, in judgment, all right. And you think about the mighty, hey, man. When King Solomon came into power, they knew him as a king of peace. Why? Because his father had silenced all the heathens, man. They said King Saul killed by the thousands, King David killed by the tens of thousands, man. So when he went out there into the battle, man, he was dropping guys. All right. But getting back onto the topic, this is this statement, all right, which I'm gonna read here for you. It says Clinton says she will not hesitate to attack Iran, or Iran if you prefer, right, if it breaks nuclear deal, all right. And if you go cast your mind back to what the nuclear deal entails, is a very intrusive deal in that America gets to go out into the Middle East, into Iran, anytime it wants to investigate the known nuclear facilities that Iran has, all right. But let's also cast our mind back a little bit further, all right. Let's have Iraq in mind. All right. What happened with Iraq? They demonized Iraq. All right. Right. They made him look like the bad guys. Right. They made Saddam Hussein, of which brothers in the know have told me on previous occasion that Saddam Hussein, along with many of his contemporaries, were CIA operatives, man. Right? They must have got a good heart after a while when they realized the devil. See, when you make allegiance for the devil, right? Which I'm talking to you guys out there in IUIC, right? Out there in ISUPK, right? Of which the elders say of which the elders see and perceive that you've sold out to the so-called white man, the devil, all right? Of which, you think there's some way of balancing that with the truth, all right? Ultimately, what you're gonna find out is there is no balance. There is no peace with this man. He is the devil. Okay, he is the devil. All right, and he will always he will always show his true colors at the end, man. Does not the scriptures say, "As iron rusteth, man"? So surely that's how his wickedness is gonna be, man. Though his wickedness is sweet in his mouth. It says that in the book of Job, the 20th chapter, the first verse, man. But it also says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, right, when he's just about to set up his new world order, he's gonna be in straits. He's gonna be in difficulty. So that's why there's all kind of predictions of this market crashing this year, this month. Not even this year, this month, man. All right, all kind of things that should have happened already, but really they really haven't been doing it because this information is coming out so heavy and so deep against these devils. It's like they're having to restructure their plan, man. See, now you're in difficulties. You're at the precipice of setting out your new world order, but now the Most High is taking away the control that he gave to you, because does not the scripture say the Most High rules in the kingdom of men? Something to that effect, pretty much implying that the Most High sets up the kingdoms that you have on earth, whether it be Pharaoh, which the scripture say clearly in the book of Genesis that the Most High hardens Pharaoh's heart, but he also said he set up Pharaoh to show his the magnitude of his strength, man. So, man, the Most High is heavy, man. He's powerful, man. All right, and a force to be reckoned with, man. All right, and really, furthermore, a force not to be reckoned with, man. Because you don't want to piss the Most High off, man. When you see what happened out there in Egypt, man. The Most High, where did them locusts come from, man? Are you telling me the Most High was breeding them locusts out there in the wild, in the fields, right, for years and years? Right, waiting for the perfect opportunity that this man's heart was going to be that hard, and he swarmed them with them, the frogs and all of that, man. Right, imagine what he's got prepared for America, man. Right, only that now it's not just going to be like frogs and locusts. All right, it's going to be nuclear bombs, man. So you don't know what kind of missiles, whether they be biological weapons or nuclear weapons, these different countries that are enemies to America have, man. All right, they're gonna bring forth, man. Right. All I can say is this, man. You better have your house in order. All right. Which I say that first and foremost for myself, man. You wanna get your shit together before this thing goes down, man. You wanna make sure your spirit is rooted and rooted within the truth, right? Because you don't know what they're gonna come with, man. Esau has been watching all your moves right up until this point, man. All right, but here's the beautiful thing about it, man. The Most High will have it to where you going about your day-to-day business, man, and this man's trying to make some kind of profile against you. But the Most High will have it to where you go against that profile, man. You move against that profile at times. Why? Because we're the princes of power, and we're not into one thing, man. We're into multiple things, making it very difficult for us to be sellouts, quote unquote, man. So you're really down for this truth, man. Guess what, man? Right? What's coming in the future, you better get ready for it, man. You better get ready for it, because you don't know what the Most High is going to bring forth. So get your house in order, man. All right, I say that for myself first. All right, because there's things that that needs to be dealt with. All right, but I put that vibration out there. All right, because I believe it's an important vibration out there to push out there. Because, man, if you ain't got your mind right, man, your adobe, your mental, your spiritual house, your mental adobe, man, your spiritual adobe, furthermore, man. Right? It's only going to be harder for you in the day when the Most High brings forth the temptations that Esau's going to bring forth in the earth, man. It might be your family, might be your woman, might be your job, all right? It might be things that you hold dear in this so-called life, man. That's why it says, man, if a man love his life, something to that effect, man, he's going to lose it, man. All right, now let me read a little bit this. All right, so it says Clinton. All right, says she would not hesitate to attack Iran if it breaks nuclear deal. Right? U.S. Democratic presidential hopeful Hillary Clinton says she would not hesitate to launch a war against Iran, or Iran if you prefer, should the Islamic Republic violate the nuclear agreement. All right, and that says it all, man. I'm gonna read it a little bit more, but that pretty much says it, man. Right? And I made a point which I will harbor on once again, with Iraq in mind. Right? What do? They demonize Saddam Hussein and his contemporaries, right? And ultimately, they made it look to the world that he had weapons of mass destruction. They called it. Right, but at the time, there was no legalization for them to create nuclear weapons. For instance, there was no paperwork to say that that's what they was doing, man. Right? It was hearsay, man. See, now they have the perfect story, backing story, right? Namely, we gave Iran these facilities to build their nuclear energy, but they used them to make nuclear bombs, right? And guess what? The masses of the people are going to believe it, because the vast majority of the people believed how they went up into Iraq and killed 1 million people off the back that they had weapons of mass destruction, right? Of which they never found no goddamn weapons of mass destruction. But did they apologize to them Iraqi people? Did they go over there and send what do they call it? Aid? No, man, because this devil ain't about that, man. He ain't about helping people. It's about taking what he wants. All right. It says, I will not hesitate to take military action if Iran attempts to obtain a nuclear weapon. So it says attempt, right? It doesn't even say obtain. It says it says attempts to obtain. It doesn't say if Iran obtains a nuclear weapon. It says attempts. So let's say they could falsify all kind of documents, right? And which we've seen this on multiple occasions. We've seen ISIL do this on multiple occasions. But right now, this is the perfect backing story, man. This is a perfect backing story, because you got it right here on record that Iran has nuclear facilities. You got it on record, man. Now all you have to do is falsify some documents to say they were attempting to make a nuclear weapon. What did they say? It says they will not hesitate to launch a war against Iran. Right? They will not hesitate to launch a war against Iran, man. Doesn't that coincide with the scriptures, man? Right? Doesn't that coincide with what the scripture says? Whether it be Israel that launches an attack on them, or whether it be straight up America, it's all the same. It's all the same people, man. It's all the same network of devils, man. Right? It's all the same network of ISIL, man. All right, but the scriptures say it, man. But oh no, this is a conspiracy theory, right? And apparently conspiracy theories are nuts. So guess what, man? We're gonna be nuts, man. We're gonna be fools, because guess what the scripture says, man? We are fools for Yahweh Shai's sake, man. All right. So say, I will not hesitate to take military action if Iran attempts, keyword, to obtain a nuclear weapon. Clinton told Washington's think tank on Wednesday. It says the Iranians and the world need to understand that we will act decisively if we need to. If we need to. Right? And it's not an if. So it's when we need to. Right? That's why they allowed that Iranian thing to go down. It says, and she said, as president, I will take whatever actions are necessary to protect the United States and its allies. Right, so they put that bogeyman out there, man. Right, they put that vibration out there of war with Iran, but it's not going to be war with Iran, baby. It ain't going to be that simple. All right, it's not going to be that simple. Which I might print this document out and read it out at the camp as well, man. Right, it's not going to be that simple. What you're gonna find out is Iran's got allegiance. Russia's got allegiance with Iran, and and China's got allegiance with Russia. It's gonna be World War III, man. It's gonna be all-out war. All right. So those are some of the things you want to bear in mind, no matter what's going on out there. You know, Lord's will, I'll continue to put up the videos. I can't make videos on every single topic, so what I try to do is put videos by other people out there that are in the so-called know. You know, you got people like Alex Jones out there that pretend that they're in the so-called know, but really they're insiders. What you have to do is you have to use a spiritual filter, man. All right, filter out the information out of there. All right, and take what what you've been taught to take out of information like that. All right, but ultimately, man, it's the time to to stay up, get your house in order, get your mind right. All right, pray, fast if you gotta. All right. Ultimately, this is the time of faith right now, man. All right. time of faith. Too soon it will be a time of faith being tested, and already you got guys dropping off, all right, because they're more invested in their lifestyle. Which, hey, man, when I pray, how should I get more, rather more less, you know, uh, more complacent in this society. You know, you be more, what's the words I'm looking for here, man? More into the spirit, man. All right, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, but you gotta be more in the spirit, man. Especially right now, man. All right, you know, with that, I must say double honors to the apostles of GMS. All right, honest you brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.